And hello there you guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Animal Introvert, and in this video we got about 2 months worth of stuff to go over, so let's get right into it. Roll the intro. Now the first thing we'll be discussing is my 10-gallon tank. Now not a lot has changed here. It's just on a stand, and also my moss is growing out of control, and we've also got a new plant in the back there, and also some Java moss. Now, there's also some dwarf Sagittaria, and I forgot what that plant in the back was, but no new fish, no new plants, not really, except for those, nothing else really. Nothing else has really changed in my 20-gallon either. I've not really done anything, added nothing new, taken away nothing old. It's still just really dirty, and it's still on its normal stand. So yeah, not a lot has changed in the 20-gallon. So since nothing is different here, let's move on. So as you can see by the window behind the ant's tank, that it is in a different spot. And so instead of being on the wall that it was previously on, it is now by the window so you can get some natural light. Now of course the nest is still in shadow because that is not good if it wasn't. But they have actually dug nests in this material that they're not supposed to be able to dig in. And if we were to wait here long enough, we would see them, but I'm trying to make a video that's around 10 minutes long, not too much longer than that. So we're not going to wait around for that long. So yeah, they've got two nest entrances. They've got this one here. I don't know if it's two different nests or if it's just two different entrances, but we got this one here. Then we also have this one over on the side over here. Once I get adjusted, yep, there it is, by that rock, by those rocks. And then if we go over to the top, we go around the back. It's not on different levels anymore, or slightly different levels. Of course, their setup hasn't changed, except for the fact that most of the ants have actually moved out of there and into the outworld, which they were not supposed to do. And here we have one of the citizens of this great kingdom going through their tube, probably from one nest to the other. And now we have 7 new ants to go over, or ant queens at least. And I'll show them all to you on a white background because that is best for viewing them. Don't mind that little black pole, that's just the stand I'm using to hold up the phone. So here we have a Camponotus queen with her pile of brood. I don't know what species she is. She's like a bright orange, so please leave it in the comment section below. And then next we move on to another Camponotus queen, but she has some pupae, and the cool thing, which are actually in cocoons, as they are in some species of ant. And the cool thing about the cocoons is that when they're fully developed enough, you can actually take a bright light and put it underneath, and you can see the silhouette of the ant on the inside. I think that's pretty cool. But anyways, then now moving on to the next queen. This is a Tetramorium queen, and she's actually got a few workers, as you can see if you look a bit closely. She's also got a small pile of brood as well. Then we will go ahead and move on to the next queen, which is another Camponotus queen, and she also has some cocoons. But I'm not gonna do the light thing, one, because she's really sensitive to light, more sensitive than the other one, and two, that cotton, she pulled it all up. Like, she pulled a lot of it apart, so it's underneath her. It's sort of like a bed, so the light wouldn't get through there very well. Next we have this Formica queen. I believe she's Formica subspecie. She has a small pile of brood that is under her head. If you look really closely, you can see it's a bit darker than the white paper behind it. And she's also a bit more sensitive to light than the other queens are. Here we have a Chromatogaster queen. She also has a small pile of brood by her head. If you look really closely, it's about the same color. Most ant eggs, or really all ant eggs, are kind of creamy white. And now we have our final queen, which I don't know the exact species of, but I believe she may be Phaedoli of some species. but please leave it in the comments, and I know the quality of the video isn't that good, so sorry about that, but it's the best I could do. And so now that we're done with the ant queens, we'll move on to a colony, or 3 colonies, that my friend lent to me while he's on a 4-week trip. So this here is his Camponotus pennsylvanicus, yes, pennsylvanicus colony, and they have put all their trash in the clean water test tube, which is not good. But yeah, they have this, and they actually dug in this AC tower, which is supposed to, they're not supposed to do that because it's dirt and they are carpenter ants, so they're more accustomed to wood. And here's Her Highness, Queen Elizabeth the First, or Elizabeth, I forgot her name, but it's got an ant pun in there. Now we move over to the other 2. Here is his young Tetramorium colony. I actually gave this queen to her about a little bit over a year ago, I believe. And look at her now. Yep. All of my previous Tetramorium queens died, so they're not going to be in any future videos. So yeah, that's the Tetramorium colony that he has. And here is a Formica queen, a sole Formica queen. She had workers, but they recently died when there was a bunch of honey, when my friend put too much honey in the test tube. It did not happen under my care. I will have that for the record, but he put too much honey in the test tube and it spilled all over, and most of the workers drowned, and then a few of them died afterwards, a bit more recently. But yeah, they've been under my care for about a week now, and it's just the queen left now. And so yeah, it's a bit sad. She was about 10 workers strong. But now we have an unboxing to go through. First up, we have some paints. I bought these at a craft store that is fairly close to my house. They are non-toxic, as I am showing you now. And they are also acrylic paints. I'll just go ahead and put them over there for the time being. Next, we have some acrylic sheets. So let me just grab one. And here it is. I don't know the exact thickness off the top of my head, but they are pretty decently sized. Next, we have something that pulls these 2 together. It is Itong, also known as Hebel Autoclaved Aerated Concrete, or AAC for short, or Aircrete. It goes by all of those names and a few more that I cannot remember. So here is the block. It is 9 inches by 4.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And excuse me a moment while I take it out of the bubble wrap. And there we go. And it makes a wholesome sound. Yeah, then after our Waitong, we'll go ahead and move on to the next thing. And this next thing is also pretty cool, and this next bit is the most expensive thing that I'm unboxing. And it is this Dremel made by, I don't really know how to say that company. It comes with this nice little case. And now I will go through the case. You can see the Waitong in the background. So first opening it, inside we see that up top we have an extension cord that we can use to, it's a bit more flexible than the Dremel itself. Then we have a user manual with some other little tools. We have this little stand for drilling straight down, and that is a little sanding shield. This here is for fastening on some bits. And then this is some sanding bits that you would use that fastening stuff for. And then of course we have our little Dremel kit are bits up in the top right of that box. And then of course we have the Dremel itself, which is attached to the cord. So I'll just go ahead and take the bag off of it so you can get a better look. And here is the Dremel. It's got multiple different settings and it can rotate clockwise or counterclockwise. And since it has multiple different bits, it's very good for doing a multitude of tasks. And now while I'm going through all the different things that it does, I'll tell you what these 4 things all have in common. They're all going to be used to make ant nests in future videos. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. And please, if you did, just make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification if you want to see more, as I try to upload as often as possible. Also make sure to comment on the video for maybe nest ideas and share this video with your friends, enemies, and frenemies. Animal Introvert out.